What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. I'm smiling big. I was looking at some of the comments and I got a shout out Miss Ariel Brown real quick. She said, make sure you're not muted this time. And I couldn't do anything but laugh. That was hilarious. Man, I already got 30 people in live right now, and I'm just not coming in. That's what's up. That tells me that I guess you guys like this, and it's going good. And I'm glad that this is possibly a show that you're looking forward to each Sunday evening. So happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. I'm coming to you live today, this Sunday, April the 18th, 2021. My goodness gracious, this year is flying by so fast. I'm really glad to be out of 2020. Don't want to speak too soon, but I think it's a better year than we're having last year. So that's what's up right there. As you guys know, guests will continue to flood on into the chats or into the show as we progress. May have a few new guests popping in today. We'll just see. Always just trying to grow everything out. And let me just go ahead and start shouting out everybody. Hello, Asia Love. First comment of the day. The days are getting shortened. Jesus is coming back soon. Accept the free gift of salvation. Turn away from sin. All that good stuff. Sin is bad, and so you can turn away from that and, do what you got to do. What's going on, Mike Willie? What's up, my brother? How you doing? We got Anthony Manzino. Hey, just my opinion reviews. For me, the more realistic crossover for Fast and the Furious is if that would be Transformers, not Jurassic World. Well, hey, man, we're going to talk about it. That is the topics for today. And I think that's number 5. So that's the 5th topic right there. And so just got to let you know, I have all the topics down in the description box with their respective article links. And again, what's good, Ariel Brown? How you doing? And we got Miss Malaya Lewis in here. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. What's going on, Crazy Robot 20? Hope everyone is enjoying this Sunday. Me too, man. Thank you. Nary's 21. Yes, that's what's up. Yes. SJ Evans. Yes. So glad you guys are here. I feel like if this crossover happens, it'll be between the animated shows on Netflix from Matthew Martin's. Well, we're going to see. We're going to talk about it, and I can't wait. What's up, D Weave? How you doing? Salute to you too. What's going on, Rob W? Happy Sunday to you too, my brother. What's going on? Oh, my goodness gracious. Papa Avery in the building. What afternoon, B. Avery? That's funny. My dad calling me B. Avery. He never calls me B. Avery. What's going on, Pops? How you doing, man? Love you so much. Thank you for being here. Or was it, what is it saying? Or was it confirmed? It'll be the movies. We'll see. Nothing has been confirmed. It's just a lot of speculation. What's going on, Goldilocks? Glad I was able to make it this time. I'm glad too. Thank you so much for being here. Crazy Robot. Just wanted to say you was on point about the show Them. Yes, that show Them was horrible. I didn't like it, but I do have some friends that did. So, it is what it is. All things are subjective. And give me a second real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and you making me want to load up a picture I didn't even have loaded up for the show. So y'all just give me a hot, quick second real quick. And when like you need something, it's always in your face. You never need it. But then as soon as you need it, it wants to go hide under the bed. You know what I'm saying? And that is what my folders are doing right now. But just give me 2 seconds real quick. Okay. Yes. Have y'all seen Them on Amazon Prime? My review for it is right here. And I brought out the bleach. And because I thought it was absolutely horrible. But you have some people that like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these super chats real quick, and then I have my first guest coming into the show, and I'm very, very excited. It's a new guest, but I'm gonna introduce him to you guys here in a second. But Rob W, happy to be here live. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and
what a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you.
Yes, thank you, Rob W, for the 1999. I do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get Mike Willie up in here too.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
Yes, Mike Willie, thank you so much. You guys are keeping my channel alive. So let me go ahead and hold on. I gotta intro this dude right because he gave me some information and I want to make sure I get it right. Where is it at? Okay, he is coming from. Oh man. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So guys, I'm very, very excited. You know, I'm always trying to bring in people, bring in new guests and things like that. And I have a new guest today. This dude's been following me for a couple of years now, and I have been following him. He's real cool. Movie head pundit like myself. He does movie reviews. He does trailer reactions. He does entertainment news. He also, I think, talks about anime on his channel, does TV reviews as well. Real cool dude coming from Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Florida. And that is Mr. James from Real James. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
Good evening, Brandon, man. It's such a blessing to be here. Like you said, I've been following you for a couple of years, and your work has made me want to be a better film critic. So, first of all, thank you for setting
Yes,
a great standard and just being so inclusive in this community, man. You continue to bring on new guests, and I love that so much about you. I'm so grateful to be a part of this, and I'm excited to dive into some movie news with you.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, welcome, man. And guys, this is Real James right here. If you did not know, all of his channel information is going to be in the description box for this video. And also, guys, I have also, I clicked the wrong button. No, I didn't. What's going on here? Hold on. Here we go. His channel is also on my channel tab right there. Real James.
Thank you, sir.
Next to Movie Files Elliot that debuted a couple of weeks ago. And like I said, this is a real cool. And Elliot, let me not Elliot. I'm sorry, James. Let me go ahead and tell you something real quick. Something I never told you before that I really do appreciate about you. You know, once upon a time, they came out with that Harriet movie, right? Yeah. And I felt some type of way about that film. I just wasn't a fan. And you know, I was really different. Somebody called you White Wolf in the comments. I love it. I love it. White Wolf in the building.
Let's go. I don't got the arm for it, but you know, let's go.
Yes, White Wolf in the building. But no, man, you know, I felt like I made a mistake in that video. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And you was just like really supportive of the video in the comment section and in the DMs via Instagram when we was chopping it up back and forth about it. And I really do appreciate that, man, because, you know, as you know, you're a pundit, you're a critic, you put out reviews, you spend hours making this content, and it's not easy. And sometimes, you know, we have our ups and sometimes we have our downs, you know, and my subscribers and viewers, they might not know this, but I was feeling really I was feeling some type of way about that video and like a couple of mistakes I made, and you were just like very supportive and you was there for me, and I just really appreciate that. So I've never told you that, but just want to get that off my chest, you know what I'm saying? And so I do appreciate you. I do appreciate that, my brother. And you know, that just shows your character and how good of a dude you are, and why I had to, you know, bring you on to the show. Okay.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And honestly, we all make mistakes, Brandon, and it stinks when people harp on one thing. Like, it could be the best review in the world, right? But if there's one little slip up, like if you mispronounce someone's name, for example, they get so upset sometimes in the comments. But you know what? It's about like learning from a mistake and not making it again, and just continue to support each other. So I definitely empathize with you in that situation. And I'm just so happy to hear that, you know, you took that to heart, because dude, I really, again, appreciate your work. So, you know, just keep on doing what you're doing, man.
You too, man. You too. And go ahead and you know, I think you just got some good news lately. And so I'm proud of you, and I'm happy about that. But we got 83 people in the live right now. That's what's up. If I can get 83 likes, 83 thumbs up, that will really help me out. If you like this content and you want to see it grow, that shows the YouTube algorithm that, hey, this is a good video, and YouTube will push it out there. So please go ahead and give me that thumbs up. And while you're doing that thumbs up, James, go ahead and tell the people who you are, where you're from, what you got going on your channel, and just a little bit about yourself. This is your time right now, just to let people know who you are, and if when they come over to your channel and subscribe, you know, what type of content will they be getting?
For sure. So, like Brandon said, my name is James, or I go by Real James, REEL James, and you can find me right on YouTube or any major social media platform just by searching Real James. And it has been such an amazing journey. I've been doing this for almost 5+ years now, and it started with watching Ghostbusters in 2017. So, if y'all like the movie, I'm so sorry, chat, but that movie was not for me. And I just love just talking about movies like this every single day, movie news, movie reactions, movie reviews. And I've been diving into TV a little bit more. Brandon, I know you've been on that TV kick a little bit longer than I have, but I've been getting into so many different original series. So if you like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, HBO Max, and you're a fan of that theatrical experience like I am, you can definitely find out those latest reviews right on the channel. And you can again search just REEL James, and you'll find me there. It's been so fun, Brandon, man. In this journey, it's funny, Brandon, because I noticed that you've been a part of some amazing junket interviews recently. And I want to just shout you out on that because your interviews have been amazing, dude. I know your audience knows it, but I got to tell you, man, you've been crushing it.
They're all right. They're okay. And thank you. I do appreciate that, man. That's very nice of you to say. Just kind of getting started with that, trying to learn as I go along. I'm trying to learn a lot from Sharronda because she just be throwing them out,
Oh, man.
like this. She's a machine, you know what I'm saying? And so, like you said, it's a grind, man. We're doing our best, just trying to have fun and do what we do. And so, but yeah, man, we got 13 minutes in, and I always say, hey, either the first 10 minutes or when 30 people come into the live, then I will go ahead and get started. And we got 83 people in. 13 minutes right now, and so we can go ahead and get started, James, if you like. And if anybody wants to pop in later on, they can. But let's go ahead and real quick, Laney Womack coming through. Hey, B. Avery and Real James, nice to always see different faces on your channel. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What I got for you today?
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay, I'll talk to.
Thank you so much, Laney Womack. I do appreciate it. And man, hold on. We got Mr. Eman with Eman's movie reviews.
Yes! Yes!
All right, I think that's the clip that you wanted to see. That's Eman's movie reviews, $20 super chat. Hey, you know why I'm here. Play the clip. Everyone, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, my brother. I do appreciate it. And now let me put that up there real quick. And guys, right now, this is the man, Eman, that has popped up on my channel a number of times. Right now, he has started the hashtag recast T'Challa petition. And I created a video on my channel for it. A couple of them, he created a video for it on his channel. So if you want to go check that out, it's under 5 minutes. And let me go to his channel real quick. It's under 5 minutes. This thing has been circulating around the internet all over the place. There it is right there, purple. Sign the recast T'Challa petition. If you're confused on how that works and the reasoning behind it, he has a great video for you there. It actually made Good Morning America. And so that's just pretty dope right there. It is going around, making the rounds on the internet. So show that brother some support with his petition, and also with all the great things that he has going on his channel. Cool. So let me go ahead and and I'm running errands now. I'll hop on if I can. Hey, man, if you can, that's cool. If you can't, I understand. We all have lives. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to the first topic of the day. I'm very excited about it because when this was first announced, I was feeling some type of way about it. I was pretty furious. I was upset. I also thought it was hysterical. But again, oh my goodness gracious, let me go ahead and bring in my second guest of the day, coming over from the east side. Y'all know this dude very, very well. It's the living legend, Larry. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Oh man, hanging in there, man. Sorry I'm late. I was helping my niece out with a video. So she has a school project, so she's been over here there working on it. So
it is all good, my brother. It is all good. How did the school project go? Did y'all get to a good stopping point, or
Yeah, it's I need to lay some audio stuff underneath it. I need to put like some ambient noise, some from the different scenes we shot at, and then add some music tracks, and we'll be good.
Cool. Well, Larry, this is real. This is James. This is Larry.
James.
Real cool dude right here. And so you're not late, Larry. You're right on time. I'm just now getting started. And
All right.
with the
I
first
like
topic. So again, guys, I
Oh man,
believe
they're blowing up the super chats already.
Yeah, they it's oh my goodness gracious, they coming. Hold on, I didn't even see that one. Hold on, what we got? Hold on. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Yes. Thank you so much, bro, for the 25,000 sign on the Black Panther petition. Let's get it to 1 million, guys. And it's not. I'm
great.
It's not in the description right now, but it will be. It will be after I get done with this live right here. So thank you so much, Bro. I do appreciate that. Again, as we get started, everybody's link to their channels is in the description. You can follow us on the screen, or you can check my channel tab. And again, guys, I want to welcome you to this Sunday for the Movie News Roundup Show number 13, I believe. We got a ton of topics, and I can't wait to talk about them. Got a new guest, may have some other people coming in later. We got some Lord of the Rings, Jurassic Park, Fast and the Furious, Will Smith, Georgia Law, Snake Eyes. I mean, so much to talk about. And I'm like I said, I'm very, very excited. But let's go ahead and move on to the first topip of the day. And it has to do with Warner Media.
Sorry, dude. We have a troll already, man.
Oh, we do? Hold on. Who
Joey Gallo's got to go.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Damn, dude. Don't people have anything better to do than to go and have something fun to do in their own life? Is that what they do for entertainment? Is harass other people?
Yeah.
That's awful. Can I say something about that real quick, Larry? It's funny you bring that up. Okay, I put out a video actually just breaking down the Powerpuff Girls news, that live action reboot on the CW. It's supposed to continue, of course, the cartoon and whatnot. Everyone in the comments, it's been a full-on attack against these women, which is totally unjustified. So they're not only sexist, they're racist. And I'm just like, guys, listen, this show hasn't even got a trailer yet. We got an official first look. That's it. And not only that, it's a cartoon live action adaptation. These cartoons, when they made these cartoons, it does not have to stay the same. You know what I mean? It can change. Change is a good thing sometimes, and it has been terrible, you guys.
I'll tell you, man, it's crazy because I know if Lamont is here, he and I talked about this on his show a while back when people had lost their ever-loving mind when they came out and said Ariel from The Little Mermaid was going to be black in the live action. And they were just flipping out. Ariel can't be black. She's white. She's a white. I was like, no, Ariel's not even human. I was like, Ariel is a mermaid. She can be whatever she wants to be. And you better hope that we don't have her confused and she's actually really a siren and starts singing to you and drowns your butt for being racist. You know?
It's so true. And it's a musical. Don't you want Holly in that? I don't understand.
He's back. Brandon. I think he's got another account. Oh, I guess I
just blocked him. Yeah, Peter Stroker. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, that just lets us know we're doing something right. They feel threatened for some reason. I mean, you know? What am I gonna do? Cry and cancel the show? I don't want to do it anymore. I mean, hey, I'm at 103 in the live right now. We haven't even started. So that's what's funny. There.
You know what's funny? I wore this shirt on one of my shows, and this dude was going off about Black Lives Matter, blah 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 blah. And I told him, I said, not only are you racist, but you're illiterate, because it actually says Black Love Matters. Now, if you have a problem with love of any sort, then you're just a bottom of the barrel human being. So, you know.
Right. And again, Laney, block Joy Galloway. He's trolling. If you need an admin, I'm here for you. I was just about to make that announcement, but let me go ahead and. Thank you so much, Laney Womack. Yeah, I would definitely be hollering at you after the show, and a few other of you that show so much loyalty, in the chat, in the lives, and all that. Man, I can't even get started because the super chat.
Love it.
Just
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside.
Man, Herbert Harris, $20. This is for Wakanda. Yes. Thank you so much. So, okay. Blacks look good on. Okay, blacks look. Okay, we do look good. Is Brett trolling too?
Yeah, I think it's the same dude. I think he just has a bunch of different. I think he has a bunch of different YouTube names, man.
Okay.
He's pathetic. You know what that is? There's a woman that I was watching something on, and we talked about this. I sent you the article, Brandon. You know what that is? That's small dick energy right there.
Oh yes, yes.
That's what that is. That's what it
Yes.
is. When you have a little tiny penis, that's the kind of energy that you put out because you're weak and you're pathetic and you have no confidence, and you think that by dragging other people down or attempting to drag other people down, it'll elevate you. Except it just doesn't work that way. That's not the way the world works.
Right.
And for every one of those kind of people, I've noticed there are 2 or 3 more that are just totally opposite in a good way. So thank God for that, because I noticed, and especially in live streams, Brandon, you've done a great job with your audience. They will come and defend you full force, man. They'll make sure that chat is fine.
Damn for
man,
life.
we get people in here defending individual panelists like Lady Womack. Lady Womack came for me one day when we were talking about WandaVision. And I had to go back. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to go back and actually come through with my comic creds. And after that, she's been my ride or die.
Right. Y'all are best friends now.
Comments that come for me.
Y'all are best friends now, and I love it. That's what it's about right there. You know what I'm saying? But now let's go ahead and move on to the first topic of the day. We done took out the trash, and they're not slowing nothing down. I mean, it's all good. I'm sure people love a long show. But that's what's up. The Movie News Roundup show number 13, talking Lord of the Rings, Snake Eyes, Will Smith and Ryan Coogler, Georgia State, Jim Crow laws, Fast and Furious, Jurassic World, crossover possibly, and so much more. And that's just going to bring me to the first topic of the day, talking about the CEO of Warner Media, saying I think he made a boo-boo, y'all. I think he made a boo-boo. And I have the report right here from Vox. It says Warner Media's CEO says that in 2020, his movies would debut in theaters before they stream. That's a great idea. A chat with Jason Kilar, who wants to unwind his controversial streaming plan. A few months ago, Warner Media upended Hollywood by streaming all of his new movies on HBO Max on the same day they debuted in theaters. Now it wants to put the genie back in the bottle. Starting next year, CEO Jason Kilar says Warner's biggest movies will debut in theaters first and eventually make their way to the company's streaming service. And again, guys, I have that full article down in the description box below if you do want to read that in its entirety. But let me go ahead and bring up the first quote, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents, and I'm gonna come to you, James. And it says, I think it's very fair to say that a big, let's say a big DC movie, is very fair to say that will go exclusively to theaters first, and then go somewhere like HBO Max after it is in theaters. He told me on this week's episode of Recode Media. Now, just real quick, my 2 cents on this. I think this is one of the craziest, stupidest, wildest decisions that has ever been made in Hollywood. How you can release all of these $50 million to $250 million blockbusters last minute. I'm just going to put it on streaming and not talk to nobody. Not talk to this guy. It was in charge of it. Not talk to no directors, no writers, producers, actors, the agencies, lawyers, nothing. The financiers. Hey, we're just gonna release it and just see what happens. I think that's crazy. I've talked about it on this channel a number of times. But James, I'm coming to you first, man. How did you feel about that decision initially, and also how do you feel about the CEO Jason Kilar of Warner Media backpedaling on this monumentally stupid idea that he came up with in December of last year?
For sure. So initially, I won't lie to you guys, I was feeling some type of way because I love the theatrical experience. Honestly, the movies that I love today are only as good sometimes as the crowds that are in that auditorium. And I think that every film you see is really amplified by a theatrical experience. And I was really upset because of the fact that, especially what you mentioned, they went about it in the wrong way. Just because you could sometimes doesn't mean you should. Just because you could just go and drop it on HBO Max day and date doesn't mean you should without talking and consulting with these financiers, with these lawyers and actors, because a lot of those actors' contracts are tied up in box office revenue. So if they're not getting a return on investment, then it almost feels like, hey, that 110% they put into a movie, they're not going to see a return on. Now, as the pandemic started to get a little bit bad, I won't lie to you both, I was a little bit more empathetic with those who wanted to see it at home. I had an issue, though, with the theatrical window being so tiny, though. And I think Godzilla vs. Kong is proving that movies can do very well in theaters during a pandemic, and they can survive on streaming, but that theatrical window doesn't need to be day and date. I think limit it, maybe do 30 days, and I think people will still be happy to wait 30 days if they really want to watch it at home. But I do feel like they need to really trend back in that direction of just exclusive theatrical windows. And I'm kind of glad he reversed his decision, because he knows when Black Adam comes out, with The Rock, with Aldous Hodge, with all of those amazing actors, they're going to rake in close to $1 billion. If Aquaman can do it, Black Adam's going to do it. So he's thinking about that as well.
Right on, right on. And let me go ahead and grab the super chat real quick before I come to you, Larry. What we
Karma
got here?
Serene.
Let me see. Thank you so much, Karma. I do appreciate it for the $19.99. Shows cannot stop the show. Thank you so much, ma'am. I do appreciate it. You are really helping out the show and keeping it going. And Larry, before I come to you again, let me go ahead and pull up this second quote real quick. It says, but he admits that his company stumbled when it announced his plans late last year, rivaling the movie making and the movie distributing businesses. There's no doubt that it was bumpy back in early December of last year, he said, adding that if he was able to replay his decision, he would have tried to give a heads up to some of the members of Hollywood, of the Hollywood community. If I had the chance to do it over again, I think it's very fair to say that we would have taken a couple more days to see if we could have even more conversations than we were able to have. He just said more days. That's crazy. Larry, how are you feeling about this, man? How are you feeling about the decision and him backpedaling and all that horrible stuff?
I think it was brilliant. I think it's going to turn out to be a financial genius. This is going to be a financially genius decision that he will have made. And I think that he's going to have to turn around and backtrack on his backtrack. He's going to have to eat his words again, because he's going to turn around and look and realize, holy crap, our streaming numbers have gone through the roof. That our subscriber numbers have gone through the roof where they would not have if we didn't put those movies out there. Not to mention, let's not forget all the goodwill that like don't get me wrong, the Hollywood elite, all these actors that are used to making millions of dollars, the producers, the directors, all these people out there that are making millions of dollars, and the associated people that get paid from that, all the agents and managers who want their 10, 12, 15%, that they need their actors to make a lot of money so their percentage equals more money. I understand why they're all pissed off. But let's not forget about all of the hundreds of millions of us, in this country alone, the billions of us around the world that have been locked up in our homes through the pandemic. And what they did in that moment was said, we are going to be good corporate citizens of the world, and we produce entertainment and content. People are not likely to stay in their home if they are not entertained, so they put the stuff out there to entertain us. And I know some people are saying, well, they did it for the whole year and the movies haven't all come out yet. People need to remember, we are still in the midst of a pandemic. The numbers are going back up. And we need to keep our butts at home and watch some HBO Max. And I'm sorry,
I'm confused, bro. I'm confused on where you at on this. You said it's a good idea. Are you saying it's a good idea that he's putting the movies back in theaters next year? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying it's a good idea that they're on streaming. And it's a good idea that he's going to, I think they ought to keep putting them on streaming. I think that he's going to have to eat his words again. I think he's going to have to turn around and eat his words again, especially when they go out there and find that, okay, the movie theaters are only at 25% or 50% capacity, and they're not making as much money as they thought. And now the theatrical receipts are going to be reduced. And the number and his streaming numbers are going to be reduced. Whereas he could have just said, I'm going to keep putting this stuff out there. My streaming numbers are going to explode. And we may be the next thing just shy of Netflix.
Wait a minute. So you're saying it's a bad idea that he's putting the movies back in theaters next year?
Absolutely. I think he ought to keep going to streaming.
Okay, man.
You know how I feel about this. I couldn't tell. I love the theater, but I am not willing to send anybody to a theater to go watch a movie when we are in the middle of a pandemic. And I say this in part because, one, it's just not safe, for one, but also, two, we live in a country where our own citizens don't care about each other enough to wear a face mask. Now, how are you going to honestly tell me that when people are out there still dying, still getting sick, you have a third of the population that refuses to get a vaccine, and and you have all these variants that are exploding, and they're saying that I think the South African one is like the most prominent one in the country right now, and the vaccines are less effective against it. How, in the midst of all of that, do you expect to go and police people wearing their mask in the dark of a movie theater? Explain that to me.
That's impossible.
Exactly.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside.
Sheila Smith,
which is why I think these movies need to keep coming out. Keep streaming.
Thank you so much, Sheila, for the $20 super chat. I do appreciate it.
Man, you got me going. You know I'm passionate about this issue.
I know you are.
What I do want to say to that though, Larry, I feel like he should have crafted his response in a way that would appease both those who want to see that day and date and also those who can maybe understand the theatrical experience wanting to live on. What if he said, okay, you know what, guys, we'll put our movies in theaters first, and then 15 days afterwards, we'll drop it on HBO Max. Do you think that would be like, would that ease your concerns, or would that be okay with you, Larry, or no?
I mean that would probably help if they did like 15 days. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's sort of what they're doing with well, I don't know if they're doing it right now. It feels like what they're doing with Mortal Kombat, because I think Mortal Kombat's in theaters right now, right?
Overseas.
Overseas.
Okay. And then it's coming on the 23rd. So I mean, they could do 15 days, 7 days, 15 days, whatever. I mean, it could work that way. Personally, I don't want to see anybody in the theaters. I don't want people in the theaters until this thing works out. And if that means the theaters go under, that sucks. But it just
come on, bro.
I mean, the theaters run on an old, antiquated business model, Larry, and they need to get into the 21st century. They need to move away from their current business model. It does not work in the long run, and all they're doing is just putting off the inevitable.
Larry, adjustments need to be made, yes, but I don't know. You don't think that's just a bit dismissive, just to throw away a $1 billion business industry like that, like overnight? Well, not over. I mean, you know what I mean, like. I mean, come on.
The studios aren't making $1 billion off of it.
I'm talking about the theaters, though. You know,
yeah, but the studios aren't making $1 billion. The theaters are not the studio's concern. The theaters are a means to an end for the studios. The studios only need to worry about their business model and let the theaters worry about theirs.
They need each other. We're not gonna be getting no.
That's the thing. The streaming model is making it that they don't need the theaters anymore. They just need some really big brains to get in there and fine tune the business model for streaming.
That's fine. Just say bye Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and all these other $200 million films. Okay, you cannot make movies that cost that much and put it on streaming. It just
Let me
won't
ask
work.
you this.
Now you can you can make these smaller productions like your Knives Out and your Cobra Kai's and your 50 million and maybe even 100 million and below, but all these big blockbuster tempos, bye. I mean, if you're just gonna throw away the theaters, I mean
they could do the tent poles in the theaters if they want to. Once it's safe. There you go. I like that.
Hold on. Oh crap.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside.
Right on. $9.99 Lenny Womack coming through. The energy on this live is unmatched, and I absolutely love it here. Can everyone please drop the IG because I want to follow, and all y'all, where's my just my opinion, fam? This is my last super chat because I saw my Dodge. Thank you so much.
Going too early, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You are wonderful, Laney. For real. Thank you. But go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really honestly believe that the theaters, whether or not they continue on with tent poles or not, I think if their lifespan is limited because they're not evolving, they're not changing. And now that they've gotten rid of that law that prevented the studios from also being exhibitors, I think it's just a matter of time before they get into that game as well.
I was gonna say though, but with respect, man, like AMC just dropped a few billion on renovating their theaters to increase the experience, and the pandemic happened. So when you say they're not changing it, AMC, the largest theater in the country, was trying to make changes. You know what I'm saying? But the pandemic happened. But and here's
the thing: COVID's not going away. COVID's not going. People can say, oh, they want the pandemic to be over. But here's the thing. All it takes is for one of these variants to kick up where all of a sudden you're like, oh damn, I'm vaccinated, but I have this new variants out there that's killing people again, and they have to start shutting everything down again. And it's just going to be one of those things where if they don't provide some way for people to enjoy a theatrical experience without actually being in the theater, I have been a big proponent when this thing set off of going back to the drive-in movie theaters. Let people drive on in, and even if you don't have a car, put some benches out there. Let people go in and sit outside, and at least it's a little bit safer if you're outside in the open air. But they didn't make any attempts to do that. They just shut down, complained, lobbied. Oh, we need to open up 25%. And the thing is, they make all their money off concessions. Do you honestly believe they're going to try and police people to keep their mask on, knowing that the majority of their income comes from selling popcorn and sodas and candy? And if people can't eat, they're not going to buy. You know?
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside.
Thank you, L. Robinson, for the 99 super sticker. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I hear you, man. I hear you. I didn't mean to do that.
If I was the head of a studio, I would change all kinds of stuff. I would start putting out my own theaters. I would start building those out. Hell, I would start going to these big theater schools at Juilliard and Yale, theater school. I would go over to France, to Paris, to the Sorbonne. I would go to all these places, start pulling the best young actors, NYU, pull all these best young actors in. I would start an old school studio program. I'd put them back on salary. I would put them on salary so that I get at least good 3-4 pictures out of them before they go and start making, $50-60 million. I was like, yeah, The Rock may get his $50 million a movie or whatever it is, but the next dude, the next big rock, the next dude that's sexy, the next hot chick like Angelina Jolie is going to be under contract with my studio,
Well, cool.
You know what I will say too? I feel like AMC was onto something when they also released their streaming platform. You remember? I think this went like under the radar for a lot of people, but AMC has a streaming substitute for people who don't want to go into theaters with new releases for about 30 days or so. But they never really committed to that. So I almost feel like the pandemic should have accelerated that business model for them, and it didn't. And like you said, they kind of just went and they fell on the laurels of NATO, the North American theater organization, I believe.
Right.
And they just kind of submitted to it, but they really do need to kind of reformat. So as much as I want the theatrical experience to live, if they just say, well, darn it, no, everyone still should come to the theater without providing a substitute, I don't see them living too long.
Well, let me go ahead and bring in my third guest of the show, coming from the east side as well, and that is Mr. Lamont with Life Gains. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? The two cool shakes. What's good, my brother? What's good? I like the look.
I love it. What's up?
What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
We doing good, man. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I want to feel like my brother Jerome on Snowfall, so I decided to come up here dressed like Jerome. You never know what you're gonna get with me.
I ain't mad at you, man. That's what's up. Lamont meet James meet Lamont. This is funny right here, man. Lamont, we still on the first topic. We still on the first topic here, man, with the CEO of Warner Media coming out saying that he's gonna put his movies back in theaters next year. How you feeling about that?
Hey, hold on, B. Avery. Before we move on, can I because Real James brought up something that we had talked about before. I wanted to address it before I forget it.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
So the AMC streaming platform that you mentioned, my thought was that they I used to be a subscriber to the AMC A-List Plus, where you get to go and see 3 movies a week, for $20-something a month. And my thought was, why not do that same thing for new releases where you pay that $21 or $25, whatever it is, and you can watch 3 new releases as a rental per week, except you don't have to go to the theater. So you still generate that income. It's often more consistent income because people don't always watch each and every movie. Just like me, I didn't go to the movies 3 times a week, every week, So that would be perfect. And I don't understand why they just didn't do it. I mean, at the time of the pandemic, when everybody was filled with uncertainty, that was the perfect time to go in with the studios and renegotiate those contracts for your streaming to allow that to happen.
I agree. And honestly, most rentals nowadays for these premium video on demand, it's $19.99 anyway. So I think the $25 model would have worked for 3 rentals.
Yeah. There you go. Lamont, you got anything?
I'm disgusted.
Okay. Cool.
That's why I grew some hair in 24 hours and got some damn shades. I'm not gonna say I'm disgusted. That's too harsh of a term. I would say we knew that was going to happen, but at the same time, I thought that this was going to be an opportunity for the movie theaters to have a streaming subscription model where people could watch movies at home, pay a premium, and still be able to go to the movie as an option. I thought that we was actually seeing the turn of something new with what was going on in the movie theaters, and it's I'm not shocked because I felt like Hollywood was having a backlash toward these companies going straight to stream, but I would have liked to have seen them take this opportunity to make some kind of subscription service where you can go to the theaters and also stream it at home.
Right on. Well, I hear you, my brother. I hear you. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the second topic of the day. Something that I'm pretty excited about because I am a comic book fan. We have some new casting over in the DCU with the Shazam movie. And I really did like the first movie. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but it was very, 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 very good to me. And I have the report right here from Variety. It says Shazam, Fury of the Gods cast Lucy Liu as the villain. It says Lucy is officially a god. The elementary and why Wonder Woman Killstar has joined DC Comics adaptation Shazam, Fury of the Gods as the villain Calypso, the sister of Helen Mirren's villainous character Hespera. I think I said that correctly. Along with Liu and Mirren, the core filmmakers team from 2019 Shazam is returning for the sequel, including Zachary Levi as the superhero Shazam.
Is it eponymous, I think?
Eponymous, thank you. Superhero Shazam and Asher Angel as his teenage alter ego Billy Batson. David F. Sandberg is returning to direct the film from a screenplay by Henry Gayden. Peter Safran is producing along with Shingle, the Safran Company. Elliot, I'm not Elliot. I keep getting your name wrong. James, thank you so much for that save, my brother. I do appreciate it.
I got you.
Golly, I just butchered that horribly.
I had nothing for you.
Damn.
To be honest, you need to stop with these
horrible.
big words like that. I'll be completely honest with y'all. Like,
Completely tongue-tied. But
I think
Larry,
somebody
My
was trying to
shade's
flex the
so dark I
lexicon,
couldn't
that's
see
all.
it.
my bad. Larry, I'm coming to you first, man. How you feeling about this casting with Lucy Liu? Are you a fan of her? Did you
yes,
like
please.
the first Shazam movie? How you feeling about this?
Yeah, yes, please. You know, I'll take Lucy Liu all day, every day. You know,
I got you.
You know, to be honest with you, I hope it's better than the first one. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Shazam movie. I thought it was just okay. It was a little too silly. I know it's supposed to be silly, but it was a little too silly.
It was kiddie. It was straight kiddie.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I mean, it was okay. It was fun. I enjoyed seeing Megan Good in there because she's just as hot as can possibly be.
Could have done without her.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It was just a little silly. So I'm hoping the next one is good. I hope they throw some dark parts in there, though. I hope, because I feel like it was very, like Lamont said, it was very kiddie. I hope they throw some dark parts in there for us adults, so that you can get a little bit of grittiness going on.
Wait a minute. They had a ton of dark stuff in there with the statues coming to life.
Yeah, that was pretty. It was dark. It did have some dark.
Yeah, they threw the dude out the window.
Yeah,
I mean,
look, it did have some darkness to it. It did.
Yeah, I'll say this. I thought it was dark. I loved it the first time I saw it. Yes.
What?
Hold on. I loved it the first time I saw it in theaters.
Okay.
And I remember seeing it the second time. It was still good, but I was like, you know, it is kind of kiddie. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not as exciting the first time it came around. Doesn't mean that I still don't like it though. Because towards the end, you know, they were children. They were acting like children, you know, just like, oh wow, I have powers, you know, with this, you know, cosmic being. It's just like, oh, it was a little cringeworthy the second and third time I saw it. So it doesn't just have that rewatchability factor that I like, but you know, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. I like Lucy Liu, you know, as an actress. I know that she will tear this role apart. You know, we remember how tough she can be in Kill Bill and the Charlie's Angels movies and all that. I mean, you know, she's a very, very talented person. She's going to be playing this villain right here called Calypso, which I don't know much about, but that is what she looks like.
Can we get a comic accurate costume for that too?
That'll work. Yeah, that would be very, very nice. That'd be very nice. But says her powers and abilities. Calypso was well versed in the religion and practice of voodoo. She often uses voodoo drums, potions, and charms. Calypso used mind control, resurrection, and potions. So go ahead, Lamont. If you have any more comments about this, if I cut you off earlier, I apologize.
Oh no, hey man, you good? Just let me fit in where I can get in, man. Treat me like a pimple, squeeze when needed.
Oh my, oh my.
Let me tell you about this Lucy Liu, my brother.
Okay.
Lucy Liu was my first Asian crush in high school. You know, and not only was she the first crush, but you know what? She could act.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could act her butt off, and everything she's in, she's badass. Speaking of Calypso, she is perfect for this role because technically Calypso is a voodoo queen. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm wondering is she's going to pull out the doll like they did in the comics and have her sticking pins in the doll, and you had some of the DC characters just falling the fuck out. I mean, she pulled out, she even took, and B. Avery, you'll like this. She took the doll and poured poison in the doll's mouth and made the hero sick.
Oh my God.
Who else do we know when it's a horrible movie pulls out bleach and actually drinks it as if he's committing suicide, but he's doing it for the sake of the movie? I'm just saying. So you'll get a super powerful mind controlling character to fight Shazam, which you have to have someone that has these type of abilities because Shazam has got the powers of a god. But the thing in the comics, she was a thorn in Shazam's side. She was really, really tough. She's a very dark character. And so I'm honestly, oh man, the little sister in the building coming through.
Oh my God. Man. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on.
I love it.
Sharronda would pay away $50. My favorite people.
Man,
live.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Sharronda. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
That's a blessing.
Y'all go subscribe to her channel. There's a link to her channel in the description box. Also, she's on my channel tab, and give her a thumbs up next time she does live. She just hit 40K not too long ago.
Yeah,
and always gonna come in. She got a Mortal Kombat interview coming up next. She's seen the movie too. And
Sharronda can afford that because Sharronda has like 5 jobs all at the same time.
Yes.
Sharronda is a multitasker. She will do an interview with Idris Elba while she's live streaming on some other topic, and she'll be braiding her own hair, cooking dinner while she's babysitting her nephew. All at the same time.
All at the same time, you know. Yes. Got them Doctor Strange powers. So, Sharronda, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, ma'am. I do appreciate it.
She only has 4 jobs.
I forgot who was talking. I'm sorry. Was it you?
Oh, I'm done. I'm just saying Lucy Liu is great for the character. When she unveils her powers, she is going to subdue Shazam. I'm almost wondering because when I say she's powerful, they've got a comic where she went toe to toe with Superman because one of Superman's weaknesses? Magic.
Magic.
Okay. And so when Calypso hits this screen, ladies and gentlemen, as much as the movie is about Shazam, Lucy Liu is the type that could take this movie and make it be about her with this character and this character's powers. So I can't wait. I'm ecstatic.
James, how you feeling about all this, man?
So this is the most I've ever learned about Calypso in one sitting. So I'm very thankful for you guys just educating me. Because like you, Brandon, I don't know much about the character.
Yeah,
Lucy Liu's name is always for me going to be something that sparks interest, especially because the last thing I saw her in or heard her in really was Kung Fu Panda. I think she voiced Viper, if I'm not mistaken. And I haven't heard from her or seen from her in a while. I haven't watched Elementary. I haven't watched the other show that was listed in that Variety article. But she is that kind of actress, and I do agree with you, Lamont. She can take a movie and put it up on a pedestal because she comes with that bit of pedigree. She has that that fan base that'll just attract people into the film. And I think that, you know, Shazam does need to get a little bit darker, especially because they're going to start tying into Black Adam. And I don't think Black Adam's going to be very comical. I think it's going to be pretty strong PG-13, I'd imagine. But I really am so psyched for Lucy Liu in the DCEU. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope they do it right. I hope they don't DC it up.
I hope they do it right too. I hope they do it right too. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to the third topic of the day. And I'm super duper excited about this, even though I really don't know much about it, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And this is the third topic of the day. And we seem like I'm talking about Netflix each week, but Netflix is making another movie, a Gundam movie, like a live action Gundam movie. And I'm so excited about this, guys. I have the report right here from IGN. It said Netflix is making a live action Gundam movie with Jordan Roberts directing. Kong Skull Island director is working on a live action Gundam movie. And guys, again, I have the full article down below in the description box with this article if you want to read it in its entirety. I'm just gonna say yes for this. And the thing is, I mean, Netflix is cool. I like Netflix. And I like Gundam too. I started watching this just a little bit when I was, I think, in junior high, and I didn't watch much of it, but it was badass. I mean, you basically have humans and robots fighting each other in space with swords and weapons and stuff like that. And so I'm here.
Isn't that Voltron?
Basically, you know, just a different version of it. But Lamont, I'm coming to you first, man. How are you feeling about Gundam, a live action movie, and also Netflix, the one that's going to be taking over this, you know, opposed to any other studio?
Well, you know, B. Avery, as a large shareholder of Netflix, I like it when they take some of these great 80s and 90s themed shows and cartoons and they put them on their platform. Now, I must admit, I know nothing about Gundam. I miss Gundam. I mean, it just squeaked right on past me. Someone told me it was a knockoff version of Voltron, and I never watched it. But having said that, I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. I just hope that they don't make it like Pacific Rim, because when you're talking about people inside of robots in space, it's got to be galactic in size and scope. And to make it something like Pacific Rim could do the franchise horrible. But if they get it right, B. Avery, can you think of all the doors they can open? Because Netflix has been talking about they're going to do my other homeboy from the 80s and 90s, Captain Planet, and they ain't done them yet. And so if you can get something like Gundam right and get a good audience from that, we can see some of these other greats that need their own live action film.
Right on, right on. James, how you feeling about this, man?
Oh,
hold on. Before I answer that, you said Pacific Rim. Just think of Pacific Rim in space, or like, you know, the you know, going around in the solar system. I mean, but can move much faster. You know, like much faster.
What about Power Rangers?
Well, Power Rangers wasn't really in space.
But I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Pretend like they go into space.
Right. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. James, how you feeling about this?
So I'm all in, honestly, because I liked Kong Skull Island. I thought it was such a fun movie. Everyone kept dogging that film, and I'm like, guys, this movie knows exactly what it is. The director understood the source material more than any other of the directors in the MonsterVerse anyway, and I think he has the eye for it. He loves Mobile Suit Gundam, if I'm not mistaken, from all the interviews I've heard him in talking about this. But I do think it has a high ceiling, and it also has a lot of room for error, because if you don't blend that live action CG very well with the human element of this film, it could turn out to be something not disastrous, but it will be too distracting for me. And if it is like Pacific Rim, please, for the love of God, make it like the first Pacific Rim, because I love John Boyega, don't get me wrong, but that second film was just not very good, Brandon.
No.
I mean, did y'all see that second movie?
No. Oh my
it was
God.
pretty bad.
The first one was, I can deal with the first one.
Yeah.
I'm with the first one. I'm with him completely on the first one. But the second one, oh my Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Larry, how you feeling about this, man?
Oh man, I mean, I think when this came out, I'm a little older than you guys. So when this came out, I was in my player days messing with girls. I wasn't thinking about any Gundam. So
boo, girls. It's all about Gundam. Who wants girls?
Gundam? I mean, I loved Voltron, so I mean, maybe I'll love this one too. You know, I don't want to discount it because I know. I mean, I haven't watched a whole lot of anime. You know. For like there was a stretch where I just wasn't watching it, and then you guys would tell me, "Oh, check this out, check that out," and I was like, "Oh, I don't have anything else to do. I'm locked up." And so I started going watching some of these anime shows you guys recommend, and then I found myself getting ticked off at you because it eats up my whole day and night. You know.
Right on.
So I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, if it looks like it might be good, I'm gonna give it a shot and hope it comes out right. I mean, it's the live action thing may work out well. Maybe they should have done an anime movie first to get everybody primed for the live action joint.
I got you. Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, if you're gonna have people fighting in space and robots with laser swords and all that stuff, I'm here for all of that. So,
what Netflix pay for it? $9 billion or something?
We'll have to see.
What Netflix pay for it? You know, Netflix overpays for everything.
Oh yeah. I don't think. What's up, Lamont?
Think of the merchandise they're going to be able to sell with Gundam.
Yeah, the merch would be crazy.
From the swords to the actual robots themselves, the helmets. I mean, just think of the T-shirt. Think of the merchandise you're going to be able to push with Gundam. Man,
can we get a Gundam drone? Can we get some drones? You know. That would be dope.
That would be. I don't think. I don't know. People may not allow that, but it will be fun though. I can only imagine. But let's go ahead and move on to the fourth topic of the day, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this right here. We got some more streaming with movies and streaming services, but this time with Amazon. I said big money. They are going to be Amazon is going to be paying $465 million to take on Lord of the Rings, and that is a high price tag. But I mean, I want to know from everybody: do you think is it worth it? And so I have the article right here from the Hollywood Reporter. It says Amazon's The Lord of the Rings to cost $465 million for just one season. The highly anticipated fantasy series will cost far more than previous record-breaking estimates. This will be the largest television series ever made. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that Amazon will spend nearly $650 million, that's New Zealand money, $465 million in the US just for the first season. And so I think this is, Netflix bought Knives Out 2 and 3 for $450 million, which is nuts, is insane. But what's up?
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh, hold on.
Man.
Hold on. Damn. Lamont, come on, man. How you doing all this multitasking, man? Support this brother and all he's doing to grow $50. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that, bro. Like, thank you. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, Netflix bought that for $450 million, and that's just too much. But I think even though this is $450 million, I think this is a franchise that is actually worth it. This is what I can tell you. Amazon is going to spend about $450 million in season 1. Stuart Nash, New Zealand Minister for Economic Development and Tourism, told Morning Report, "This is fantastic. It really is. This would be the largest television series ever made." Larry, how you feeling about this, man? How you feeling?
Now, I have a couple of questions on this because don't get me wrong, I love this idea. It's a huge franchise, but I'm curious, is this for only one season? Because let's not forget, when they did the original Lord of the Rings, they filmed all 3 of them at the same time. They filmed that trilogy at the same time, and I'm thinking maybe they should do the same thing and film like season 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. Because that's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money for a single season of a show. Now, don't get me wrong. If I did not have Amazon Prime already, and they told me that this was coming on Amazon Prime, I would sign up to get it. Because I love me some Lord of the Rings. And that's why I think, like, for instance, when you originally told me about like Knives Out, I thought that's crazy to pay $400 and some million for that. And even when you look at this, you're actually getting more screen time with this one season, because if you get 10 episodes at like an hour each, you're getting about 10 hours of content versus maybe 4 hours of Knives Out, for the same amount of money. And I think more people are recognizing this and are willing to probably go and either sign up or re-up their Amazon Prime subscription to get this.
Right on. And the article again, guys, there's the link down in the description box. It says that they want to do 5 seasons of this, but this is just paying for 1. So if you want to read it in depth, you can. Before I come to Lamont, I also just want to, it has a description. It says the official description: The Lord of the Rings brings to the screens for the very first time the heroic legends of the fabled second age of Middle Earth history. This epic drama is set thousands of years before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and will take viewers back to an era in which great powers were forged, kingdoms rose to glory and fell to ruin, unlikely heroes were tested, hope hung by the finest of threads, and the greatest villains that ever flowed from Tolkien's pen threatened to cover all world in darkness. I'm not going to read that whole thing. You can't. There's the article is in the description below. Go ahead, Larry.
I was just going to mention one other thing about this too, which I think is a very good purchase for them with this, is that this is a series that covers a lot of different age demographics, where you'll get people that are from like, late preteens, like 11, 12 years old that are very much into fantasy and stuff. My niece is 12. She loves D&D. She loves fantasy stuff, all of that. And then you also get the adults that roll in there. And everyone can enjoy it. And for like my wife, she read The Hobbit and all that when she was a kid. I love The Lord of the Rings. And when you look at like Knives Out that that Netflix bought, that's a very mature audience you're talking about. That is not something you're going to sit down and watch with your kids. And this is something that you can, because this is going to cross generations.
Lamont, how you feeling?
As much as I like to bash people for blowing all this money, just making it rain without a pole being around, I'm in support of this one. Yeah. As simple as this, man. Money Inc. is reporting that Lord of the Rings franchise to this day has made $15 billion. A poll was done, B. Avery. Now, I think this is what they're banking on. A poll was done where they polled people that watch Game of Thrones and asked what would be something similar they would watch besides Game of Thrones. This was a poll that had somewhere close to 500,000 people. 80% of them said they would watch Lord of the Rings. So you're talking about they're making a very calculated, very, very calculated decision that they can spark something huge from this one season that is certainly going to have more than one season, because the numbers that Game of Thrones did was in the billions. I guarantee you this will be in the billions because of what Larry said. You're going to have people who are Game of Thrones fans that never seen Lord of the Rings that are going to go watch the Lord of the Rings. Then you're going to have these old school heads that watch Lord of the Rings in its heyday that are going to come back and watch it now if everything is done right. I have to say that. If everything is done right. So I'm with this. I think this is a great investment. I think they will triple what they paid, and we'll see where it goes. But this could be something really big.
Right on. Yeah. James, how you feeling?
I honestly think this could be super special for Amazon Prime, because even though they've always been in that Emmy conversation for a while, I think this has the potential to sweep Emmy award seasons as long as this series is going, because we saw what the original films did. I mean, geez, they were raking up Academy Awards like crazy. But what I will say is
over 10.
I think it was over 10, yeah.
Yeah, like 12 or something like that, yeah.
I feel kind of like cautiously optimistic for this, though, because of The Hobbit. I hated that trilogy, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Me too.
I thought it was, but they poured so much money into it. Oh my gosh, the CG work that they had to do with that film. I get Benedict Cumberbatch was awesome, but everything else about that just felt so uninspired to me. So I hope this isn't a cash grab, but rather a labor of love for the entire franchise.
Right on, right on.
And see,
Yeah,
I wasn't going to mention the Hobbit because I didn't want to disappoint nobody, but
nah, you good, bro.
man,
Yeah,
it's like, where in the hell did you go with that? How did you go from Lord of the Rings with each one of those movies had major fanfare, major money? Then you go to the Hobbit. What? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It was disappointing. It was disappointing, you know. So, but you know, it is what it is. But let's
Zia
go ahead.
Latrice was saying that she would rather see the infamous GOT spinoffs we never received, and those would be great. But those GOT spinoffs, I think, are already contractually assigned to HBO, Warner Brothers HBO. I think they would have to pass on them. I think they have one of those first looks on there. And there's no way they're giving up anything in that franchise.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the fifth topic of the day. And I'm laughing because this is just crazy nuts. You know, it's just silly. It's silly. But the fifth topic of the day looks like we're going to be having another crossover with Jurassic World and the Fast and Furious franchise. I couldn't really figure out which thumbnail I want to use, so I'm made too. But I have the report right here from Cinema Blend, and it says a Fast and Furious crossover with Jurassic World. Michelle Rodriguez explains why it is possible. Now, again, guys, this is coming from Cinema Blend. We have the link to this article is down in the description box. I got two quotes right here from Michelle Rodriguez. We know her as Letty in the series, Dom's girlfriend or wife or whoever she is, and also the director Justin Lin. But first of all, the trailer just came out. I just want to real quick. I'm not gonna play the trailer because that's a super duper block claim on, and I don't feel like going through that. But Larry, have you seen the trailer? I got to come to you with this stuff first. Have you seen?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I am going to. I didn't watch it because when you put these things in here, I like to get the first experience on your show. And so I'm going to have to go watch it now. But I'm telling you right now, I am all in on this. I love the Fast and Furious franchise. I love Jurassic Park. I'm loving it. I'll tell you what I want to see. Because when they did the last Jurassic Park, they had, Justice Smith in there, who was like a young teenager. I want to see him in there just getting his driver's license and can't barely drive, and he gets to become part of the Fast and Furious franchise. That would be incredible.
I got you. Let me read this first quote right here. This is from Michelle Rodriguez. I love it, dude. I'm all in. We were talking about this yesterday. It's so funny, but I was talking about this yesterday because once you reach a certain pinnacle, there's nowhere to go but to cross-brand and to merge. It's what big corporations do with each other, and when they get too big, you know what I mean? You just have to brand and merge with each other. But the other thing standing in the way is lawyers and studios, because usually the brands that you're trying to merge belong to different studios or whatever. But if it's under the same umbrella, I don't know. I'm just saying it works because Universal owns Jurassic World and Fast and Furious. Excuse me. So James, how are you feeling about this, man? Do you want to see this crossover? And also, how are you feeling about Fast and Furious as well, with the latest trailer that dropped?
So I am right with Larry. I was cheering you on, Larry. I had to mute my microphone because I didn't want to cut you off. But I love this franchise to the core. This franchise stays undefeated for me, except for the fourth film. But everything else is so great about this franchise. And I do, first of all, I don't know how you made that photo, Brandon. Did you make that? Because that was fantastic.
I did not. I got lucky and grabbed them off the internet.
Love it.
Somebody did this for me. So
I genuinely think that this could work because they're going to a certain outer space. So I am very, very, very happy that that's happening. And if this happens, I can see it not only flowing very well into like the franchise itself, because we come to expect this to be complete nonsense popcorn fodder, but I do think that it won't happen because, guys, I just don't know how you continue this heist espionage kind of storyline that they're building towards all the way, I think, through Fast 11, where they're supposed to stop, and then throw in dinosaurs. I don't see it being anything more than a distraction, but if it happens, I trust Justin Lin. I mean, he brought Han all the way back into the fold? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, how does that even work? So I'm totally down for it. And if they do introduce this, Jurassic Park element, I think that what they need to do in a post-credit scene is just have Vin Diesel say Jurassic Family instead of Fast Family, and then bring all the Velociraptors in off screen.
Oh my
That would be great. That would be great. That's the best right there. There it is, right there.
Yes, Lamont,
That's the tagline right there. Jurassic Family.
Lamont, how you feeling, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling like I got a headache. That's what I'm feeling like.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm hating on the Fast and Furious, man.
What in the hell are we gonna get? Is the heist gonna be they trying to steal Velociraptor eggs or some shit like that? Like, what in the hell? You're gonna have a dinosaur sitting beside Vin Diesel as they got eggs in the trunk of the car. They jumping over hills and shit because the dinosaurs. Man, come on, man. Man, come on. If they're gonna make this a movie, it needs to be half price. Because you don't know what the hell you're going to go in that theater and get. This is why I wore the wig tonight. Because this mess right here, man. Look at this.
Here's the thing.
Look at that. You got a car jumping through the air beside a TV. Look at that, man.
You want to get me back into the theaters? This is how you do it.
Have mercy.
This is how you do it.
And B. Avery's just having himself a good old time. B. Avery, put the one up with the damn dinosaur driving the car. The fast car. Oh, no, not that one. You got one with it. Oh,
there it is. There it is. I love it.
Oh, man.
Get the hell out of here. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. B. Avery, please take the wheel.
Yeah, man.
I'm loving that.
I'm on the fence. First of all, I have to agree with James. I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh.
I think that's just ludicrous. I want to see it, but I don't want to see it at the same time. As far as I feel about the Fast and Furious franchise, I love it for the most part. 4 was a little weird for me too. And I always like this series because they take these bizarre scenarios that are damn near impossible, but it's like a 1 in a 10 million chance it may work. And it seems like that's what the Fast and the Furious is, but we always get to see that one chance of it working. That 1 in 14,605,000 just
it's
through a
that
whole
Dr.
series.
Strange probability, man.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, that they could probably drive a race car from rooftop to rooftop if they tried 10 million times. Maybe they can, attempt it once. So this is always
Don't forget
like
they hit the nitrous boost so they get that little extra as they
right. Now, I will say, while I did enjoy this last trailer, man, they are really getting ridiculous with it.
You got that right.
It's just like, come on. I mean, we have to suspend our disbelief a little bit, but come on, I don't want to just throw my brain down the toilet, all the way. For example, if you see the trailer, Larry, they do something with magnets, and I'm like, you're killing all these innocent people in the streets.
Yes. If you ask me if I've seen the trailer for the current trailers for the Fast and Furious, yes, I've seen that. But I have to tell you something that you probably don't understand as well. Probably why you think you have to stretch your mind so much. This probably will make it easier. All the Fast and Furious movies are actually documentaries.
Okay.
Oh Lord. Here we go.
I want to hear more. I want to hear more about this.
Yeah, come on, Larry. Let's hear
They are
it.
actually documentaries. They are somebody's out there filming. This is all happening in real life. And I know it's hard to believe, but this is what it is.
Okay.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
Thank you so much, Melissa S, for the $4.99 super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I almost missed that one too, guys. I'm glad I was I was scrolling up, but thank you for that. I do appreciate it. But with the Jurassic crossover, like, I mean, that's just so crazy. Like,
not gonna happen.
That's just a bit too much. You know what I'm saying?
My only concern with it is that they've kept the Fast and Furious franchise still fun, still exciting. I'm not tired of it at all. When it comes out, I'm watching it. My only fear is if they go Fast and Furious crossover with Jurassic World, that they may jump the shark. And it may happen literally here, but they may jump the shark because it may be so over the top and ridiculous. And so that worries me. But at the same time, if they get someone in there that writes a good story, because they have, unlike other franchises, they haven't managed to bring all of their primary actors back. And so if they can do this, maybe they get some great writers that really come up with a ridiculous story that works for them.
Right on. And let me just
But
bring
Larry, Larry, I'm so sorry, Brandon. I just got to
You
say
good?
one thing. Larry, the one actor or the one character they didn't bring back was Jesse in the first Fast and Furious. He stayed dead.
Well, yeah. For now.
And this
Yeah,
is just
true.
this is the director just to end. Well, I will never say never to anything, and the fact that a part of our philosophy is not to ever be boxed in or labeled. That's all I will say. And so it's probably not going to happen. But you know, if it did, if it does, you know, hey, what the hell? It'll be fun to some degree.
But think about this. Think about it. If they do the Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover and it works and it's successful, think about how many doors that opens up for other crossovers. We might see Fast and Furious Wakanda, Fast and Furious.
I don't want to get ahead.
Fast and Furious crossovers.
I'm good.
Zaya Latrice says she'd rather see Fast and the Furious crossover with Sharknado.
Damn,
I'm with that.
I'm
with that.
Sharknado.
I'm with that, Zaya Latrice.
Nah, Sharknado is fully dumb. It is what it is. It is intended to be dumb, but it is fully dumb.
But let's go ahead and move on to the sixth topic of the day. I'm very, very excited about this too. Because I'm a martial arts fan, and it looks like we are going to, this studio is confident with this, but we're getting an earlier release date for the Snake Eyes movie, and I'm very, very surprised with that news right there. But it's good news, and I'm happy about it. And I have the report right here from Deadline. Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins moves up to the summer. That's short and sweet. We learned today that Paramount Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins is moving up from October 22nd release date to July 23rd. The G.I. Joe movie plays younger, and it only makes sense for the new standalone from E1 Hasbro to play in this summer. And so, it was supposed to come out in October. It's coming out in July right now. And so, that's good. Hopefully the numbers will go down with COVID. But James, how are you feeling about this, man? They're moving this up 3 months. What does this mean to you?
I mean, honestly, it's like you said, they're so confident in this because in a pandemic, either things are getting delayed or they're getting a new date announced and they're just sticking with it. They're not moving anything up during this pandemic. But I will say, I like the first G.I. Joe, which was how many years ago? I'm not sure. And then the second G.I. Joe, Fast and Furious versus G.I. Joe, I would actually see that.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That would work. And then the second film, I don't remember the title for the second movie, but did that one also have The Rock, if I'm not mistaken?
It did. It was G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Yeah.
So I got through it, but I did it so begrudgingly because I did not really dig it. It felt too schlocky for me. It didn't really have enough popcorn entertainment for me, and it didn't give me enough of a story. It just didn't flow all the way through. So I'm optimistic for this one, but if they're pushing it up 3 months, that means it probably tested very well with studio executives and tested well with audiences. So that can only mean good things for this film.
Right on. Lamont, how you feeling about this, sir?
I love it, man. I'm like James. I really enjoyed the first G.I. Joe. The only bad spot for me was Channing Tatum's bad acting ass. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed. And I was so excited for Retaliation, and I was let down. It had The Rock, but pretty much the original movie, they broke up the cast, except for Snake Eyes. And I like the thing going on with him and Storm Shadow. And that backstory was just excellent from the very first movie. And I don't understand why they didn't go ahead and continue to pick up upon that. Because if you guys can remember in the first G.I. Joe, they basically had Iron Man suits in that movie that accelerated them.
Right.
You had nanobites and all kinds of stuff. And I love the lady that they had playing Scarlet in that movie. And if they're going to have that kind of essence, that kind of vibe, and like James said, the fact that they're moving up is saying that it tests well. It's Snake Eyes, for crying out loud. His backstory is excellent. His current story is excellent. And it's just a matter of who else are they going to have in that film. But the fight choreography with Snake Eyes is going to be bananas. So, I'm all for it.
And Larry, how you feeling about this, man?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad they're moving it up. I'm a big G.I. Joe fan. Someone in the comments section was saying Fast and Furious versus Scooby-Doo, but I think in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, there was actually a Scooby-Doo and G.I. Joe crossover.
There was.
And so,
wow.
Yeah.
There was.
So
I want to see that right there.
So that would be cool. I'll tell you what I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing a crossover where we have Hydra and Cobra get together.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
That would be dope.
Larry. Let's get Larry in the writing room. You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. But I was showing this earlier. You know, these, you know, let me bring this up real quick. So Cobra, Rise of the Cobra, it didn't make no money, unfortunately.
Nah, it did.
$175 million budget, only 302. Well, it lost money big time. So that sucks ass. And then you got Retaliation. What's one? You know, that's 260. It kind of broke even. You know, and so, you know, and it wasn't, neither one of these was received well. Retaliation 28. God, that's just horrible. This was a sequel.
You know what it is, Brandon? I'll tell you what I think happens on some of these movies. Like I feel like they were so focused on like just trying to make cool looking stuff that they can sell merchandise with. They didn't really focus on the story and the actual movie. And I really think what they should do is, instead of finding big name actors, forget Channing Tatum, forget, you know, The Rock. They cost too much money to get them on screen. Go find young, really talented people that either just aren't that well known yet, or someone that's you know, that's up and coming, that sounds like maybe some of the younger people know them, but they're just not big yet. Bring them in, get them locked into the franchise so that you have something that you can grow with and it's not going to cost you a fortune, and spend all that budget money on really good writers and a good director. Right on. I wouldn't mind seeing Michael Bay do one of these.
Larry.
I love Michael Bay blowing up. He blows stuff up and he has hot women running in slow motion. All you need is some good writers to work around the way he likes to destroy movies. But other than that, but I think really what you should spend money on is some really, really good writers and get that story down. And I think you'll have a fantastic movie if you throw some decent talent at it.
Right on, my brother. We're making good time. I don't want to keep you guys here for long. We got 2 topics left. I may combine them into one, and that is number 6 right here. And I really feel some type of way about this right here. But you know, it kind of has to do with politics and how that has to do with the film industry as well. And but Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua said that we're out of here. We don't want to be a part of this because recently there have been some voter restrictor laws that were passed in the state of Georgia that's basically making it harder for Black people to vote. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the world that we live in. And I have the report right here from Deadline. It says Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua confirmed Georgia exit of Emancipation. This is a film right here that Apple is picking up. We cannot in good conscience provide economic support after recent election law updates. And so let me just go ahead and again, guys, the full article to this is down in the description box. If you want to read it, you can. And I'm gonna come to you first, Lamont, but I'm just going to read this first. Says star Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua. At this moment in time, the nation is coming to terms with its history and is attempting to eliminate vestiges of institutional racism to achieve true racial justice. We cannot in good conscience provide economic support to a government that enacts regressive voting laws that are designed to restrict voter access. The new Georgia voting laws are reminiscent of voting impediments that were passed at the end of Reconstruction to prevent many Americans, aka Black people and brown, from voting. Regrettably, we feel compelled to move our film production work from Georgia to another state. And before I come to you, Lamont, again, like basically they're making it harder for Black people to vote in Georgia. It's racist as hell. And it's interesting because a lot of film productions shoot their films in Georgia because they get a high tax incentive, you know, but that's why Tyler Perry's there. Marvel shoots a lot of their content in Georgia as well. The list goes on. So, and also this film Emancipation as well, that's been, you know, making the rounds with Will Smith starring. How are you feeling? I'm coming to you first, Lamar. How are you feeling about all this? The film itself by Apple, and also the laws, and Antoine Fuqua and Will Smith saying, "Now we're going to be filming somewhere else. We don't want to be a part of this."
I was definitely looking forward to the film, and I understand why they did what they did. Unfortunately, in politics, the only thing people tend to understand who politicians are if you cut off the money, or if there looks like there's about to be an overthrowing of the government because the people are in mass hysteria. And if you go through and read the law, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but the way they want you to have an ID is erroneous. The other laws wrapped around this thing is ridiculous. They don't want people to be able to pass out water. That's the funny part. But then there's deeper in the law that restricts the counties that have the largest number of minority voters. They're only going to allow you to have 3 or 4 polling places, whereas the counties that have the highest number of Anglo-Saxon Americans are going to have like 21 to 30 polling places. Then they're restricting you to when you can come and vote to a strict time limit, and they're trying to do away with Souls to the Polls Sunday. Now, the way they're trying to do away with that, which they try to be ambiguous in the law, they said they're going to leave it up to individual counties to decide if they're going to be open on Sunday or not. So what's going to happen? You're going to have probably counties where there's higher minorities. We're just going to say, you know what? We ain't opening Sunday. Then three counties over, that county might decide we're going to open Sunday, but our voting base is predominantly Republican, Anglo-Saxon, whatever you want to call it. And so I hate that people are getting hurt right now who might work underneath these movie studios. But in the long run, by not letting people vote, by not allowing people to exercise what they want to see in their local and state government, you will be hurting these people at a longer term than just this one movie, this one set, this one opportunity that people are actually taking what hurts these people the most, which is their money, and moving it somewhere else. I just hope that the people in Georgia can get together, get some new administration in Georgia, and stop these poll taxes, because in essence, that's what we're seeing.
Right on, Larry. Before I come to you, it was now the film itself. Like who is Will Smith going to be playing? Old slave. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this picture before somewhere online. This is actually who Will Smith is going to be playing right here, and so I think that's dope as hell. I mean, he's perfect. Let me go ahead and read this. It was the first viral image of brutality of slavery the world saw, Fuqua told me last year, which is interesting when you put into perspective with today in social media and what the world is seeing. Again, you can't fix the past, but you can remind people of the past. And I think we have to, in an accurate, real way. We all have to look for a brighter future for all of us, for everyone. That's one of the most important reasons to do things right now, is to show our history. We have to face our truth before we can move forward. So again, that's the image. This is who Will Smith will be playing. Smith will play Peter, a slave who fled a plantation in Louisiana after he was whipped within an inch of his life. He had to outwit cold-blooded hunters, white supremacists, and the unforgiving swamps of Louisiana on a torturous journey north. There he could join the Union Army. The thriller is based on this true story, seared into the annals of history by incredible image. When Peter showed his bare back during an army medical examination, photos were taken on the scars from a whipping delivered by an overseer on the plantation owned by John and Bridget Lyon that nearly killed him. Larry, how are you feeling about Will Smith casting? The laws itself, and also, Antoine Fuqua and Will Smith pulling out of Georgia because of these laws.
I mean, as far as a movie being pulled out of a state for a particular reason, this is just so appropriate to pull this particular movie out of the state for that very reason. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. The laws there that they've enacted there, I don't think they're going to hold muster. I think the Supreme Court, as conservative as that court is going to knock it down. And I think because if they don't, they're going to enact laws in other places, and they have to understand that when the time comes, when Democrats decide to enact laws, the Republicans will be on the very, very short end of that stick, and the margins are so razor thin that they can't afford to lose anything because of some shenanigans with the law. So I think the Supreme Court's going to strike it down and just say no. You can't do that. We're gonna make sure people can vote as easily as possible. And if you want to win, then you need to figure out a way to win. As far as moving that movie out, I know that I think what Sharronda said in the comments that it doesn't hurt the state, that it actually hurts the people that live there. And it does both. And the reason why it hurts the state is because when you don't have those jobs there, you're all that tax base is gone. And when the rental houses that are renting cameras and lenses, if they're shooting film stock, all that stuff that people buy there and rent there, all that stuff is just sitting there. No one's using it. That's money that's not being made. That's tax dollars that are not being generated. That's money that's not flowing in. You think about all the hotels, all the transportation, all the food, all of the stuff that goes along with the production when you move a production team there. When that stuff is gone, yeah, it may hurt the people that are there because they're not working, but it hurts the state. And it hurts the state on two ends. One, they don't get those tax dollars. And two, the people who are not working are now freaking pissed at you. They are pissed, and they're going to vote, and they're going to be motivated. And those people often already, because they may be big actors, or they may be, directors or producers, people that are active in the community. They have social media, presences that are large. They're going to start talking and reaching out to people, and they're going to tell people, we need to go vote to get these people the hell up out of office. And so I think it's gonna hurt those people in the film industry in the short term, but I think in the long term, it's going to help them, and it's going to probably hurt the state enough. It's going to cause them, if the Supreme Court doesn't overturn it, it's going to cause them to end up probably, getting rid of that law, however they do it. I don't know what Georgia's legislative process is, but I think that law is going to go.
Right on. Well, let me go ahead and grab the super chat real quick, and then I'm going to bring on my fourth guest of the show, and then I'm going to come to you, James.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I told you before.
All right, Ernest Holloway, $5. Man, I want you to know I'm supporting you guys. Be Avery that clown on Friday. Just hit me up on your YouTube page. Man, don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. But guys, let me go ahead and bring in my fourth guest of the show. A good friend of mine that's been a fan of the show for quite some time. She's really into movies and TV just like us. She's also an actress in Hollywood. And let me go ahead and introduce her to the show right now. And that is Miss Elia Cantu from Los Angeles, California. How are you doing, ma'am? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you, B. Avery?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing fine. I'm glad to be.
She came out here and made us all look ugly.
Can I say his name like that? Can I say his B. Avery? Can I say his name like that?
Wait, where did the Bruno Mars wig go?
Yeah.
I was ready to sing to you, Lamont.
Look, he started talking about politics, and I had to get real. So I had to take off my Jerome wig. But if you're gonna sing now, I mean, not sing, but sing, I can make sure I go in the bathroom, put that wig back on quick.
That would be nice.
I'm dressed for the occasion, right? I dressed for the occasion.
We got to set that up sometime. We got to set that
My
up.
messages are not subtle around here.
No.
Well, no, Aaliyah, thank you so much for being here, ma'am. I do appreciate it. How we do over here, and I appreciate all your support from the channel. Guys, this may be a recurring guest in the future, just like everybody else. If you want to follow her, you can. Her handle is on the screen. There's also her information in the description box. And as well, just like James, let me get to it real quick. I'm not even ready. My goodness gracious, there I am. You can find her YouTube channel as well in the description box and on my channel tab as well. But just we're on this last topic real quick, Aaliyah. Before we move on, if you just want to tell the people out there, kind of what you have going on social media, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, as you stated, I am an actress. So majority of the work that I do is a lot of comedy. But I'm currently working on a dramatic short film and writing, directing that. And then staying busy with the comedy sketches. So I've done a lot of comedy TV that you can catch me on. You can just check out what Brandon gives you, I guess, my IMDb. But on my page, you can catch me at Elia Cantu on Instagram, TikTok. I do a lot of Tuesday transformations because I'm a makeup artist. So I like to transform to different people. So a lot of different famous, iconic musicians or movie scenes. You have to check it out. I would put it on here or ask Brandon to, but copyright.
Right. But y'all, it's super dope. Let me. She already know about the copyright. They'll get
What
you.
a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
Well, thank you so much, Carbro, for the $5 super chat. Big drip. I do appreciate it. I don't even know what you're referring to, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Aaliyah, we're on the sixth topic of the day. We're just talking about these voter restriction laws, making it harder for Black people to vote. I've heard from Lamont. I've heard from Larry. And James, I'm gonna pass to you. I just want to
Can I ask Aaliyah a question right quick?
Okay, go ahead.
I just heard there was a rumor that you were going to get cast as M'Baku's wife in the Wakanda series. Is that true?
Okay.
I'm just putting it out in the universe. I'm just putting it out there in the universe, you know.
Yeah, you can put that out.
Oh, somebody know who you are. Is this the lady from Black Monday?
It is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love that show.
That is spooky.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yeah, Zia Latrice is one of the biggest fans in the chat right here. So I'm really glad that she recognized you. So that's what's up. But guys, you know, if you want to win, follow her on Instagram, follow her on TikTok. Her information is in the description box, and you won't be sorry. You'll be winning. But James, real quick, man, or not real quick, take as much time as you like, man. How are you feeling about Antoine Fuqua and Will Smith pulling their movie Emancipation out of the state of Georgia?
I love it. I'm sorry, my light just went off in the background, but I love it, honestly. I think it's a good decision because when I heard about this law, what was it, I think last month, 2 months ago, I stopped everything because, first of all, I hate that governor in Georgia. I hope he is listening because I cannot stand Governor Kemp. I think he's been totally racist his entire time in office. When Stacey Abrams was running against him, he knew that he was going to lose, and he decided to go and institute recounts in counties that didn't need to be recounted, and somehow votes magically appeared. So he's been, unfortunately, against the Black vote in Georgia, and it's broke my heart because, my girlfriend, she is Black and she has a lot of family in Georgia as well. And, I visited her family and I see how hard it is for them to even have their voice heard on a city level. So on a state level, for them to enact this law, it makes me very upset, to be honest with you. So I really am a fan of Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua pulling out and going to another state. But now I'm waiting for another pin to drop. And if it is Marvel Studios to take the step, then I think that would be a huge move. And I think at that point, then it speaks even bigger volumes. So, I'm definitely a fan of what Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua are doing.
Alrighty. And last but not least, I'm coming to you now, Aaliyah. I'm pretty sure you're a fan of Antoine Fuqua and Will Smith. They're real big. How do you feel about them moving their movie Emancipation out of the state of Georgia? This economic craziness and also the Georgia state laws.
Well, I'm a big fan of Will Smith, and I support it. I support it. It's an unfortunate situation that we're in this period. I just think looking at the bigger picture, the fact that we even have to discuss this and do this is the problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, I support it as well. I mean, we're going to talk about the next topic next. I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm going to ask you, Brandon, too, because I believe I read somewhere, didn't Texas just pass a similar law as well, like the other day?
You may be correct. I got to follow up on that. I know Lamont, you and I in your head, so you may know more than me.
There's like 30 something states that have voter restriction laws currently in the process. So the Republicans are trying to do some shenanigans nationwide. So
they're trying to do it in my state too, B. Avery. They're trying.
They know they can't win if people vote. So they're trying to prevent people from, and this is nothing new. I mean, we have to remember that when this country started, not everybody had the right to vote. Only land-owning white males could vote. That was it. And it took years before it even got to the point where you could vote as just a regular old white dude without being land-owning. And then they had to go to where Black people can vote or Black men could vote, and then it was women, and it was just, I mean, Republicans have always tried to prevent the vast majority of the American electorate from voting.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you before.
Fillmore Pockets, $10. Thank you so much.
That name.
I appreciate it.
I
appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Zia Latrice is showing you so much love, Aaliyah. That's what's up right there. That's what's up. So she already know. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to the final topic of the day. Kind of in the same vein of what we were just talking about right here, because Anton Fuqua and Will Smith are pulling out. But Ryan Coogler is, you know, he feels kind of different about it. And I can't necessarily say I blame him. But that brings us to the final topic today. And I said what to do, because this brother may not just not know what to do. He had an op-ed with Shadow and Act, and I have the report right here. And it says, Ryan Coogler pens op-ed denouncing Georgia's new voting laws exclusive. And let me just go ahead and read this right here. Let me make that bigger. The fight, can y'all see that? The fight for full enfranchisement is fundamental to the African-American struggle in this country and to this country's claim to functioning democracy. As an African-American and as a citizen, I oppose all attempts, explicit and otherwise, to shrink the electorate and reduce access to the ballot. I say this as I return to Georgia, a state that holds a special place in my heart. I lived in Atlanta for 8 months while filming my last movie. I have long looked forward to returning. But when I was informed of the passage of SB Senate Bill 202 in the state and its ramifications for the state's voters, I was profoundly disappointed. While I wish to turn my concerns into action, I could not do so without first being educated on the specifics of Georgia. Having now spoken with voting rights and activists in the state, I have come to understand that many people employed by my film, including all the local vendors and businesses we engage, are the very same people who will bear the brunt of SB 202. For those reasons, I will not be engaging in a boycott of Georgia. What I will be doing is using my voice to empathize the effects of SB 202, its shameful roots in Jim Crow, and doing all I can to support organizations fighting voter suppression here in the state. Now, again, guys, this full article is down in the description box if you want to read it. Right here, if you can see on the screen, it says Senate bill will do. It has bullet points of exactly you know, what this bill would do, which is ridiculous. Criminalize handing out water and snacks to voters in line. That's effing crazy. I mean, it makes no goddamn sense. I'm getting upset just thinking about it again like that. But James, I'm gonna come to you first, man. So Will Smith and Anton Fuqua, they're leaving Georgia, but Ryan Coogler is staying in for the reasons I just read. How are you feeling about this, man? How are you feeling?
I actually appreciate that he separated Georgia, the state, and the people from Georgia, the politicians, if that makes sense, because he is not, you know, simply saying, I'm going to leave and that's it. I'm going to forget about everyone I've worked with. Like he mentioned, he's already had, you know, his time in Atlanta. He's had his time in Georgia, and he's looking out for the people that, you know, he's employing, as well as those that are working on films alongside him. So I like what he's doing by denouncing it. And I also, you know, can see the other side of the coin too with Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua leaving, because there are going to be moments, I guess, in time where people are going to have to just make a difference by pulling out of Georgia. And then there are going to be people that are going to have to stay, like directors and writers and studios that are going to have to stay and try to make a difference. And their impact and their constant voice crying out for, like, you know, change is going to make a huge difference by them staying. So I love that they're doing a lot of work on the inside. And, you know, Ryan Coogler, seriously, props to him, one of the best directors of my lifetime. And I'm just so grateful that, you know, his voice is going to, you know, spark a lot of change, I would hope, in Georgia.
Right on.
Yes! Yes!
Thank you so much, Herbert Harris, for the $5 super chat. This panel is awesome. Keep speaking truth to power. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Excuse me, Lamont, I'm coming to you next, and then Aaliyah, you're after him. Lamont, how are you feeling about this? You know, not Anton Fuqua, but Ryan Coogler deciding to stay in Georgia opposed to leaving, like Will Smith and Anton Fuqua.
I was raised by a grandmother who always told me actions speak louder than words. And so on the very basis of what he's saying, I'm a little disappointed. However, I am willing to see what he's going to do in terms of his activism, because he did mention that he is going to fight against this thing. He's going to go to activist groups. He's going to get involved. And so before I rag on him, because I think that the biggest way to get people to listen up is to take your show on the road, move it somewhere else. Having said that, I don't know the intricacies of, has he already signed contracts down there? Is everything already ironclad? Can he not leave? And so I just want to see, what is he going to do, considering that he's decided that he's going to fight the fight of the bill, but he's going to stay in Georgia. So that's where I'm at with that. I just want to see what he's going to do, because one thing we're all tired of, every time there's a mass shooting, every time we see some kids get shot, every time a black person dies from the cops, we're all sick and tired of the words, thoughts, and prayers. Mm-hmm. What we need is action, and that's what it takes to get these type of things overcome.
Right on. And if I'm missing some of y'all's comments, I apologize. I'm trying to do a lot of here. Real quick, though, I was happy about Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua pulling out of Georgia. But to be honest with you, I just need to do more research on a lot of stuff before I come down on anybody, because, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts to this. And some I know, some I don't. So I don't want to just, like you kind of said, Lamont, it's disappointing that he's not. But at the same time, you know, I just don't know enough to, you know, come to some full conclusion, to be honest with you. What's up, Michael? What state isn't racist, though? Right on, man. Shout out to Michael, Black Gay Comic Geek, you know, cool brother as well. If you want to follow his channel, that is his channel's name as well, right there. And so, Aaliyah, I'm coming to you next. Antoine Fuqua and Will Smith decided to leave Georgia, but Ryan Coogler wants to stay. How are you feeling about that?
And Brandon, if I may, I would like to correct you. It's Elia with an E.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Elia. Yeah. Elia, I'm sorry about that. My bad. I'm so
it was the accent. I think it was just the accent. It was a Southern accent that was getting it wrong.
I don't know.
I'm wingman. I'm the greatest wingman in the world. I'm telling you. Go on, Mom.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Larry. If Larry wants to go, he can, because I know you have a lot to say, Larry.
No, he would just mess with you. I'm just messing with you.
No, about the topic. But no, I was just gonna say that, as I was gonna say earlier, I didn't want to jump the gun. And as you said too, Brandon, there's moving parts, and that's true. There's so many moving parts involved. You can't just like realistically, and me coming from another perspective of this, being on as a side as an actress, and to just shut it down like that, you don't know. You're affecting so many people in this production. And just like you said, the same people who would be being affected by this bill are the same people that would be affected by just stopping this movie or abruptly moving. But I need to do more research as well, to be honest, with involving this, because I was reading a few things, but I don't want to say anything yet because I want to read more. But about my whole thing is why. I always look for the why, and I always go for bigger picture, not just what the headline says or what one outlet says. I really look deeper into things than Facebook, which I think we should all do, especially in these times. Because I think the laziness, that's what people kind of, or just, they want to take advantage of that if you don't read the whole thing or read the whole book or look at the whole picture. Unfortunately, we live in that day and age because attention span is like shorter. I think I read it shorter than a goldfish now. We have on average. I'm experiment with that.
Wow.
I can't find a source, but I believe it is. It makes sense if you think about it. That's why everything is so short nowadays.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I ain't tripping. No. Larry, no. How you feeling about this, man? Will Smith.
Catch up, Larry.
Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua. Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua are pulling out. Pulling out, but Ryan Coogler wants to stay in. How you feeling about this, man?
I'm disappointed in Ryan Coogler, man. I really am. I honestly believe that this is just a straight cop out. And he can turn around and say, oh, I'm looking out for the people of Georgia that I work with, yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing. This country, throughout its entire history, has responded only to two things: money and violence. And that's it. That if you want change, those are your only two levers that you have to pull. And if we're not willing to go violently into the night, your only other option is to affect somebody's pocketbook. And that's it. And the time to affect someone's pocketbook is not after productions are completed and everybody has their contracts fulfilled and then you can politely move on. No, that is not when you affect change. When you affect change is when it hurts them the most. When you say, I'm packing all my shit and leaving, I'm taking my ball and going home. And they say, well, we have contracts, we'll sue. And you say, cool, you sue me. I'm Ryan Coogler. I work for Marvel. You sue me. How about this? You will never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, ever work with me or anybody that I deal with ever again if you sue me. They do that all the time. It happens all the time. And people get mad. They get their butts hurt. And then they say, you know what? Do what you have to do. I mean, it has to hurt. That is the point. And to sit around there and say, well, I'm gonna learn some more. I'm gonna do this. It's akin to people getting up there after somebody's been shot, like Lamont says, and says, oh, we want to have thoughts and prayers. And I've said it before as time. Don't ever make me a hashtag. Burn the shit down. I mean, I don't want someone up there talking about thoughts and prayers and we want to forgive people. No. If you want real change, if you want to institute change, the only way to do it is through hurting their pocketbook or hurting them violently. I'm not advocating for violence, but I am advocating to hurt them financially, and that means drag everything about the state. Hell, if Major League Baseball can pull out, are you telling me a black man with influence like Ryan Coogler can't? I mean, come on, bro. I know that it's hard out there for black men in Hollywood, but you are in a position that you can do something. So do it. Do it.
Hey, well, I hear you, man. I love the passion. You know, when they be shooting these states, man, it creates tons of jobs. So if he pull, and you know, he got some people that are expecting to get paid, you know, you got to consider that as well. And
you know who else?
And I just don't know though. I just don't know.
Credits? You know who else gets a ton of tax credits? Just a state or so over in Louisiana. They give a ton of tax credits for film projects. Go there. That's what they may do for emancipation. As a matter of fact, I don't know. And if Marvel goes to Louisiana, maybe we can finally get that Gambit movie.
Oh my God!
Here we go. God. This guy right here.
You was doing fine, Larry. Dang, you was doing fine. Lord,
I had to bring a little levity into it.
Oh Lord. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fremantle. Fremantle produces Family Feud, and they are talking about leaving Georgia until they redo that bill, because yes, everybody that's leaving now, you hurt some people right now, but to long-term look at this thing, when you step back and take a long view, not letting these people vote for their best interest is going to hurt them for a lifetime, not for a couple of weeks, not for a couple of years, but them not being able to vote for what's in their best interest to satisfy their livelihood and their voting blocks is going to hurt them longer term than whatever these jobs do that the studios are picking up and leaving. So I'm in favor. You got to help these people. And when the voiceless don't have a voice, those that do have the voice have to use it.
I hear you, man. I just gotta dig a little bit more deeper before I go in like that. But I love everybody's comments on this right here. I do.
And Aaliyah, I know you're an actress, so I know you can't always say everything you want to say, because Hollywood is a very small, tight-knit community, and I don't want you to say something that someone's going to get butthurt over and keep you from getting a job later. But I can say whatever I want to say. So I hope I'm speaking some of your thoughts.
That'll work. Well, guys, anything else on this topic from anybody? No? All right. Well, guys, again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. So I believe this is number 13 for the Movie News Roundup show. That does conclude all of our topics. And if you want to know, we do this every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm always going to have cool guests popping in and out and just chopping it up on all of the latest movie news. And so what's going on with my screen real quick? Again, guys, I want to thank all of y'all for being here, and I'm going to go around the room. And James, welcome to the show, man, for the first time. I loved you, and you're welcome back anytime. Before we go, if you can just, if you have any final words, final thoughts, and just tell people what you got going on your channel.
For sure. First of all, Brandon, thank you so much for bringing us together. I know I said it at the beginning, but man, it is such a blessing to have content creators, fellow colleagues that are so inclusive in this space. You know, it makes a difference, and it helps some of the smaller channels find a voice as well. So Brandon, thank you so much. And it's such a pleasure to virtually meet all of you as well. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to follow your work and support you in your endeavors, because honestly, I just believe that this is one of the healthiest conversations I think I've had surrounding movies, surrounding politics. So thank you guys so much. And yes, if you want to follow me, you can find me on YouTube just by searching Real James, REEL James, or It's Real James on any social media platform. And you can find all of my movie reviews on the channel as well, and reactions. We got Mortal Kombat this week. Shadow and Bone is another Netflix series I can't wait to talk about, and so much more, because I mean, April, May, it's just going to start getting busier and busier as we get closer to summer.
Thank you. And yeah, real quick, Tamar C, I do agree with you. If you would like to be a moderator to help get rid of all these trolls, DM me. and we can talk about it. And I have a good amount of your names memorized, and so if I recognize your name, which I most likely I will, we can chop it up and because they were trying to come in pretty hard, but they're not.
You know what's funny, Brandon, was that
What's up?
last one they had was a dude. The dude had the screen name of a black porn star who was on that used to be on a reality. I think she was on Flavor Flav's Flavor of Love or something a long time ago. And I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to be a white racist dude with a black female porn star name? I'm like, that just says something about who and what he is.
There's no logic to their mind. You know what I'm saying? There's no logic to their mind.
Oh,
snap!
There we go.
Pop. Who? Man, hold on. Let me have. Sea walking on them, you know what I'm saying? Black come and get $20. Michael, I wish I could have caught this from the beginning, and I know you're about to end, but this is for the bag, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also, y'all, if you want to, he got some good recaps and reviews for the Falcon and Winter Soldier show that we cover. So go check his channel out too, Michael. I do appreciate it, my brother. I do appreciate it. Who is next? Larry, I'm coming to you. What are your final words, and what do you have going on your channel?
Same stuff on my channel as always. I'm doing more reviews. I think I'm almost at 40,000. I'm hoping I can get to 50,000 by the end of the year, but I think when I get to 50, I'm splitting my channel. I'm going to keep all the tech on one channel, and I think I'm going to start going back to my movie stuff on a new channel. So, but I want to just continue to nag everybody as I always do in every video. Please, 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 and one more please for good measure, wear a mask. The pandemic is not over. I know we're running around acting like it is, but people are still out there getting sick and dying. Don't be one of them. Not when we have a vaccine. Don't be that dude that's the last person dying of a pandemic. So I did want to ask everybody, what they're watching now, so I can find something cool and great to watch that maybe I'm not thinking of. And I'm kind of also curious to know which movie should I pick out from the Elia Cantu filmography, So
hey, hold on, let me grab it real quick.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you.
Randall Sparks, 1999. Where the money resides. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
That dude makes me want to dance, man.
For real. And Aaliyah, I'm coming to you next.
Brandon.
Elia, I'm sorry.
Yes, in a second, okay?
Lord have mercy.
My bad.
Oh my God.
Elia, Miss Cantu. What are your final words, ma'am?
Thank you.
And what do you have going on your channel?
Nice transition. I would love to speak more about it. I know I came in at the last minute, so thank you, Brandon, for having me. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to come through, but hopefully I can be on again, and then I can, talk more about the things I'm working on, things I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah. What were you asking me? Oh, where people can catch me, right?
Yeah.
Elia Cantu, ELIACANTU. So Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I'm growing, but I'm more on Instagram, like I said, for comedy, sketches, and a lot of fun stuff, makeup, transformations. Catch me there. So ladies and men, everybody is welcome.
There you go.
I like it.
And Lamont, last but not least, sir, what are your final words and what do you have going on your channel, sir?
Well, when my little overlord, my daughter, decides to allow me to work, because now the chick done start walking, Lord have mercy. And
Lovely.
Well, this week we're doing Godfather Harlem. The show starts tonight on FX.
Good one.
I will have Larry and Muchella on the show with me tomorrow to review the Godfather Harlem. If y'all haven't seen Moochie, she is built for Hollywood. She has the Harlem accent and she ain't scared to use it. So you definitely want to catch that crazy review. Wednesday, I am going to talk a little bit more about the stock market and some things going on in the financial community. I know people have been just down my throat because we haven't been doing that because we've had so many movies and TV shows to cover. But me and my wife are probably about to move because someone made an offer on our home, $120,000 over asking. And the housing market is so hot right now that you take an offer like that, and my portfolio for my stocks Y'all know I crossed 6 figures last year in 1 year. And so I'm going to try to get back up here with Larry Wednesday. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what's in my portfolio, what vehicle I've been using to get the income going. And Wednesday, we'll pick back up on Invincible. And having said those things, I want everyone to stay inspired. You've seen my channel go from literally 0 to 125,000 subscribers in not that long of a time. And we continue to try to give back, go get little subscribers, go get our fans who have a voice and inspire them to do YouTube. And maybe by my birthday on May, we might have Jamel Hill coming through for an interview. So just keep an eye on us.
Wow, that would be hot.
Ariel Brownie, I blocked you on accident. I will fix it. So I did not. I blocked the troll, but I blocked you on accident. I'm like, damn. So my sister, I love you to death.
Oh man,
so that was not on purpose. So I don't want you to feel
Brandon's
bad about
got hot with those block fingers.
Yeah, they're stupid. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to another
What do you
show.
have going on your channel?
Yeah, thank you, bro. I first of all, there will be no show next Sunday because of the Oscars.
Okay,
I will be watching that, so I may pop in the following Monday because Oscars it's gonna last till like 11 o'clock, and I don't want to be up there late, to be honest with you.
Right.
And so I may pop in either Saturday, the day before, or the following Monday with some type of something. I'll at least do something. But next Sunday there won't be a live because of the Oscars. I may review the films. We'll just have to see. I mean, I did one already. What is it? Judas and the Black Messiah. Everything else I have going on my show, I will be doing a recap for the season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I'm looking forward to. Also, I will be reviewing Mortal Kombat this week as well, because that's debuting on Friday. And, you know, I got a few other things up my sleeve. If I'm able to put it out, great. If not, you know, you just have to catch it next time. So,
Brandon, are you watching The Nevers?
I've never heard of that before.
It's on HBO Max.
Never heard of it.
Check it out. You might like it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And also, guys, thank you, Laney. Your dim review was fantastic. Please do a breakdown with Malcolm on that. I don't know if I can talk about that movie anymore. I'm just over it. It was literally draining.
It was awful.
Laney, thank you.
It was, man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, I had a question for you, gentlemen. Has anybody seen the Tina Turner documentary?
No, I haven't.
No, not yet.
I have on HBO, and that thing is pure fire too.
Yes.
Really? It's pure
fire.
It's not. But see, I want to do a review, but I can't seem to get my wife in to do it just because of our schedules. But I want to do a review to get a woman's perspective because I enjoyed it. I really liked it.
I highly suggest that or recommend it. Check it out. It's really, really great.
For sure.
Well, thank you for the recommendation.
Max. Yeah, it's on HBO.
Thank you. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in to the show. I will see y'all in some capacity next week, but the regular show will pick back up on May the 2nd. I do appreciate it. Again, everybody, you can follow them on social media. Their handles are up on the screen right now. There's links to all of their respective outlets in the description box. And again, you can also head over to my channel tab. The family is growing. The crew is growing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be right there, you know. So again, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in so much. And before you go, don't forget Don B. Avery. That's James, Larry, Lamont, and Aaliyah. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, y'all. We'll see you next time. Lamont, don't go nowhere.
Okay. I got it.